Hey guys, we're here with my boy Chi, who went undefeated at locals with Sky Striker. What are your thoughts on this deck for the format?
Very fun, but I can't wait till the new support. It has some pretty rough matchups, but I think in the right hands, this deck is still really good. Yeah, let's get to it.
Okay.
So I play 9 hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, and 3 Imperm. I was on 12 before, so a little bit explaining. These are the most generic. I play hand traps because they're useful going first and second, especially game 2 and 3. You don't know whether or not they make you go first or second. So having this is like in your hand is just always it plays against like even like backward removal as well, like Lightning Storm, Cosmic, and like these are good to have. The problem with like having too many like board breakers type cards is that when you go are forced to go first, you're just dead in your hand. And sometimes people make you go first game 1 because they're metagaming you. So shout out to Matthew for that. For the Sky Striker monsters. 3 Ray and 1 Rose. This is like the standard ratio. You don't want to play more of this. It's just a brick. But you do need to play for like the linkage OTK. I did OTK at Heroes because they just passed me on open board, and then just Ray plus linkage was just game. Yep. 2 Engage, the God card. 3 Widow. 3 linkage. So these are the Sky Striker spells that actually the ratios will never change. You need to play 3 of this because it's just a starter. Like you already don't have that many starters. If you have a way to access your extra deck, you most likely will win the game. So the times where you lose is just like you have like Widow, Shark, and just like a bunch of spells that just don't do anything with no pilots. And then for the other spells, the Sky Striker spells, 2 multi-roll and then 1 of each. So I like 2 of this. I was on 2 Shark Cannon originally too, but I decided to cut it because for the 40th card that you'll see. But essentially, against like decks like Voiceless, Brandon, they're gonna do a lot of things in draw phase to try to like puppet lock you. So like having more graveyard hit is good, but I guess it just depends on your locals. This used to be a second Shark until I cut it for the 40th card, which pretty much does the same thing. So you'll see. And then the best card, Thrust. This searches Engage and 1 Talents. I only play 1 of Talents because it's not that good. It's kind of hard to force interaction in the main phase because all you're doing is linking into Hayate, so there's not really a good way to force this. But it's good as a 1 of Thrust target, or if you can like taking their untargetable stuff like Dragoon, Sanctifier, the Voiceless Ritual Monster. So that's pretty good. And then 2 Desires. A lot of people don't like this card because it's like, oh, what if you banish Engage, or what if you banish your 1-ofs? But like, there's so often where you have this card plus like 4 spells that don't do anything, and then you're able to play because you drew into like something playable. Like it happened in one of my games where like I stopped my opponent with hand traps, and then I just had no pilot, but Desires got me to like a way to Ray, and that's pretty much all you need. Like, yeah, if you banish like Engage, there was a game in my first round where I banished both Engages, but I was still able to win, but just because like, yeah, the card advantage. 1 Rhoda, yeah, and then 1 more Ray. The going second, I guess, like cards. So I wasn't on Lightning Storm before, but I had some problems with Voiceless, and if you can clear the back row, then the monster is like nothing. Droplets just like for the untargetable stuff. It's like otherwise, like 1 Sanctifier just destroys his entire deck because I can't target anything. And then Duster. Like I couldn't think of like another like good thrust target that's like really good. I think just like the main problem like this deck struggles with is just like the back row. Like if you can, the monster negates like it's like whatever because you can bait it out with like stuff and then just Widow Anchor to negate. But the back row is like it's kind of hard to play around it, especially since I'm only playing 1 burner. And the last card was Called By. This is basically the extra Shark Cannon, but like it's also good against going first because like if they draw you or whatever, you can just Call By. Never saw it today, so it never came up. So that's it for the main deck. 40 cards exactly. I don't think you should play more than 40 in this deck because you need to see a way to pilots. So the extra deck, 3 Kagari, standard, 2 Hayate, and 3 Shiz. Like, I thought of playing 1 less Shiz because like there are so many better, like really strong extra deck staples these days, like SP, Typhon, but the third one does come up a lot. Maybe when the new support comes out, you'll play 1 less Shiz, but yeah, that's pretty much that. And then the other 1-ofs, 1 Zeke, 1 Kaina, and 1 Azalea. Azalea actually does come up, especially like after you dark target, and then you're able to like make this, and this pops a card on summon, and then it can also like beat over pretty much anything. This can also out the troublesome like untargetable stuff like Sanctifier, because you can just attack into it and then just pop it like that. And then the rest of the extra deck, Dark, Typhon, SP, and Access Code. This is just like the toolbox cards. Dark was really good. Dark, because there's so many Dark Link 2s like IP, you can just Dark immediately into Access Code. I didn't find I needed Link 3 because it's rarely you're going for like go for game act for actually with Access Code. What you're doing is like you have so many attributes that you Dark into this and then pop the rest of the board. Then you can either linkage it away to get back into pilots or something like that. But yeah, these are good. The Typhon is basically, I think it's like kind of mandatory. Sometimes you just have like no way to play, but you have like 4 spells and like 1 hand trap. You can normal summon this hand trap, summon this in the extra monster stone, and then all your spells become live. And then this can out like 2 bodies by itself. Like it can out like a Baron and then beat over something else. So that's really good. So that's the extra deck. The side deck, 3 Bell and 3 Nibiru. So these are the post side hand traps. This used to be in the main deck, but I put it in the side today because I expected to play a lot of Voiceless. Voiceless is really popular this low close. If like Nib is going to be, especially since like Nib by itself is not that good against fire, because like Snake Eye can always play around it by having tempo, and then it's like, yeah, I feel like it's not that good. It also clogs up your main monster zone, so sometimes that does come up because sometimes you have to summon the token into attack and crash into it, which is like, it kind of sucks, but like yeah. 2 Cosmic, 2 D-Barrier, and a bunch of Floodgates. So I'll explain this first. This is like generically good going first. And this is like, I expect post side a lot of players to like make me go first, so these are just like ways to like stay alive and like floodgate them out of the game. If I don't know who I'm playing it, like if I'm going first or second, I usually side these in, because like, well, D-Bear is like okay going first or second, like even if you draw it and you're going second, it's like you can flip it on the crackback. Summon Limit is also the same thing like that, and TC Boo is like for those decks that can't play under this, like Flu Underease and stuff like that. And the last card was this Water Art card. This was a thrust target. It's basically a pointer, and it plays around Kydra and stuff like that. This won me my last game, my game 3 against Hero, because I took out his only starter. And getting hand knowledge is super important, because like you can see the talents or whatever, and then you can just like, oh, I'm not gonna hand trap him or whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The extra deck, or the side deck.
Amazing. Well, thank you again for the profile. Any last shoutouts?
Shout out to all my friends at Locals. They're a lot of fun to play with. And shout outs to James. Go subscribe to him.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.